All right, all right, all right. Sister Deborah, prophetess in the wilderness. And you know what? That's all right with me. Coming again on this Deborah platform with another message. I will say this is a lovely, lovely afternoon in which the Most High, a higher has made. And I, Sister Deborah, shall and I will rest therein. I would like to say to you all, it's a beautiful day today. And I decided to get out and do some walking. And in the process of walking, I wanted to video a message to you all out there. Even though today is beautiful, it is so important to take advantage of the good things that is before us. Take advantage of it and keep the hope alive that in spite of whatever take place in the world today or in tomorrow, that you're going to try to keep that hope alive, that feeling of something's good in spite of all the darkness and wicked and evil that is among us and in our present, even as I speak to you all. And don't estimate that things is as pleasant as it is today, because even I, Sister Deborah, a prophetess that's in the wilderness, the suffering and the endurance. Let's go with the endurance. It is so important to embrace the gift of endurance because it's there for a reason. He wouldn't give you the spirit of endurance if he didn't feel that you're going to have to conquer some things with him. Not with him in you. That means your outer man is going to experience some things. But in spite of it, he's giving you the gift to endure. And don't think that gift is just given to your flesh. No, it's given to your spirit. Whenever the spirit of who you are is strengthened, the flesh gonna always have the best of the best. Because see, a lot of us think it's about who we are on the outside, what we have on the outside, what we're going to get on the outside, and how much we're going to get, and how we're going to build up on what we have on the outer man. We don't focus on the fact that there is an inner being that's stronger than the outer. But what I'm seeing today, and it's okay, he said it's finished. What I'm seeing today is people really giving glory and honor and praise and really gripping the outer man, giving him the credit for any and everything. It's amazing in how we are geared to support and to please the outer man. Not understanding that the inner man is who you should be working hard with. Because when all things hit the ground, which it is, and it has, a lot of us play this, what I call going to dumb city, and act like it's nothing's taking place in this day and time, or it's nothing really happening. And I sit back and I think about all the media and all the Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and all of them. It is created just so you can see what's going on all over the world. You see, even though it's created for Satan and his tools But it is to show you what is happening all over the world. And in the midst of what's going on all over the world, a lot of us would prefer to go to Dumb City. And that place called Dumb City is a place where you want to ignore the fact that the prophecies are before us and the things that's happening has been prophesied. And the Father in the heavens have warned us. He have given us all kind of insight, and he have revealed and shown us through the signs and wonders of what is to take place. But we want to go to a place to keep us secluded from spirit and truth of the matter, when we should be speaking to people spirit and truth, so they too who are called to walk therein may realize that you're not the only one. You're not the only one that's out there that don't line up with the world and these camps and these pastors and these leaders and all these other people who play role gaming to deceive the mass. And they're doing a good job. And I call it a good job because it's been prophesied. When he tells me there is a gate that's called broad, I believe it, without a doubt. When he say when he say hell has enlarged herself, I believe him. I believe him. You know, when he tell us things to show us that there's a difference in the narrow gate and the broad gate. There's a difference from flesh and spirit. See, what has happened and gotten victory is the flesh. Okay? If you notice, he said this war, this battle is not against flesh and blood. He letting you know the flesh and blood. You have to come to understand this battle it really has nothing to do with you. Okay? So when it's saying this, it's also saying that everything you do in your flesh, you make it about a war. You make it about something. When this has nothing to do with the war that's in the spiritual realm. It's not the flesh battle. It is a spiritual battle. So that's even letting you know that you are not just flesh. You're a spirit. So what part are you standing up for the righteous in the spirit realm? Nobody. Everybody believe their pleasure, their acceptance, their everything. They want to receive it in the flesh. And they want to walk therein. They want to enjoy it in the flesh. They want to embrace it in the flesh because they want everything about them in the flesh to get glory, honor, to get praise, to be uplifted. And then here they are in the spirit waiting to be judged. When you get to that throne, all that you did in your flesh is going to have to be judged through your spirit realm, because that's the life you lived, not paying attention nor accepting the fact that, okay, your flesh is your worst enemy. So if your flesh is your worst enemy, what does that say to your spirit? You see? So I believe that many got caught up from the flow up, lost without a cause, because they focused, and they still today, 99.9 of the things of their flesh. They want everything. Say for instance, if I had a headache, instead of laying down and relaxing, doing breathing, exercise or something to soothe the pain, we want to get a quick fix. We need the medicine that Satan has created for us to take into our bodies. to tame that headache instead of using that spiritual being in you who has the power to bind up that headache and cause that headache to be loose. And this is why the gifts of the Spirit is not there. I mean, when I say the gifts, the power of healing and laying hands and opening up the eyes, the lame walking, it's not there. Because we have so focused on the things that we can quick fix everything in the flesh. And we just content with it. So now here we are in the midnight hour. And in this midnight hour, we are going to experience, and we are experiencing it. It's just that many have gotten to the point where they don't want to embrace at all anything that is spirit and truth. They want to embrace everything in the flesh. So therefore, I say unto you that stick with the spiritual things. And like right now, I know nobody talks about the spiritual blessings or the spiritual things. That everybody's caught up in the fleshly things that pleases their flesh. And let me explain to you that they caught up in that because they are of the flesh. He said, he that is born of the Spirit is born of the Spirit. He that is born of the flesh is born of the flesh. And see, that's another thing our men will not embrace nor accept. It's a lot of things that's in the book that also usher people to dig deeper in the spirit. But they don't want those things that causes them to be judged. Because a lot of times there are things in the book that cause one to judge themselves, to check to see if, have they been in error, or have we been thinking it the wrong way, portraying it the wrong way, and doing it the wrong way. But before they accept it like that, guess what? They'll make everybody in the world a lie. They will make you a lie just so they can live the truth. Isn't that sad? When the truth is that the Father say, I am free and free indeed. I'm not in captivity in the spirit. I might be in captive in the flesh, but being free in the spirit even allowed me to have much more freedom in the flesh than others. Even though, because see, when you start to accept the prophecies and the things that has been said, and because the Spirit comes to teach you all things and reveal things to you, when you accept things in that line, you'll be surprised where the Father would take you. He will take you places you ain't never gone before or never been before. And you'll be like, well, wait a minute. Who knows that? Whoever taught that? Whoever spoke that? Because see, you start to realize everything is see, we're thinking that what we see is what we believe. But the unseen was present before that which is seen. And we don't have the sense to embrace the fact that what we see is not so much of what is seen. See, we don't want to face the fact that we don't know everything. We don't have it to A to Z. But because we have deceived so many to believe we know all things, we know A to B, we know A to Z, and we are so righteous and holy, and we are so this and that in the flesh, to where we wouldn't even turn back to give the Father the glory of teaching an individual in the spirit, because they've been taught people so long the lie. So now they have to what? Live up to the lie. So even as I started off saying, where we are at today, we have to realize today is a beautiful day. It's nice, the weather. But tomorrow might not be as pleasant as it is today. And you know what? In the spirit, I know that it will not be. And when I speak of that, I'm still speaking spirit and truth of the matter of the days that is before us, that's before us, are darker than the day that we stand therein. It really is. And that's just a situation that many people will never reach that capacity to know that things just don't make sense in the flesh. It has all the revelation in the spirit. That's where all the light and everything rests therein, and the spirit and truth of that which you received in your flesh. And it's to really let you know you don't know anything until you have abide with the Father, and the Father has abide in you in spirit and not in the flesh. So I, Sister Deborah, said to you, I hope that you got something out of it, and I will be back. Shalom. Shalom.